Okay, so welcome back to Button Pushers United. I'm Luke. Today I'm joined by Chris Ellis, the director of audio cardio, and we're going to be talking about how he's going to fix your ears. Though I don't know if you can say that, can you? Not just yet?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay, cool. We're gonna at the very least train your ears. So first of all, for everyone who doesn't know anything about you guys, could you tell us what is audio cardio? Why are we talking about this?
Yeah, so audio cardio is a mobile application that delivers a hearing assessment in therapy that hopes to basically better protect, maintain, and strengthen your hearing. We use frequencies at the barely audible level to stimulate the cells inside your ear and make them fire.
So that's a lot of technical stuff. Can you tell us a little bit about what that means for the average user? Why would they want to use an app like this?
Yeah, so our goal is to basically deliver an easily accessible and usable technology for the masses. So people who rely on their hearing for their livelihood, musicians, audio engineers, having a good ear and a sensitive ear is of course something that can help them make more money, or I don't know about
definitely
making more money,
definitely,
but being able to provide something that people can use and actually hopefully reverse some of the damage that they've done is our mission.
So that's one of the other things I wanted to ask you about was, as a musician myself, and being in circles with other musicians and engineers in the audio world, a lot of us are told that once we lose some hearing, that it doesn't come back. We just kind of have to live with it. We're always being told to wear earplugs, which I do as much as I can. But you're telling us something different.
Right, and without getting too far into the science of it, what we're doing is we're stimulating cells. We do that in lots of different ways. Our conversations, with music, when we do physical therapy. So in essence, we're doing the same thing. However, we're targeting the cells inside your ear that are responsible for your hearing, for conducting your entire neural feedback. So basically, by stimulating the cells in a certain manner at the barely audible level, we're causing them to fire. And by causing them to fire, they actually rewire through your brain. So we do know about neuroplasticity and that your brain is plastic. So this also goes into very deeply into neuroscience.
So you do bring up the neuroscience end of things. So you guys have done some research about this, I understand, with Stanford of all groups of people. Can you tell us a little bit about how you guys created this application and were able to test it with people and show us that there is a way for us to strengthen our hearing with audio cardio?
Right. So the Stanford Trial was conducted over the course of a year. We did have participants come in for 2 weeks of therapy, so an hour per day. We had 42 participants go through our trial with effectiveness for over 75% of them by 10 decibels.
So you're saying all these people in their hearing test indicated that they could actually hear better than they did before the trial by 10 decibels?
Correct. So basically we gave them a hearing test prior to the therapy, and then after the 2 weeks of therapy we conducted another test, and we could see that the change in the in their sensitivity to certain frequencies that we targeted was by more than 10 decibels.
Were you or any of your team able to be on the ground with the people that took part in that test? And I mean, they must have felt pretty impacted by that experience of being able to, it's almost like seeing a new color when you can change your hearing by 10 decibels, I feel like. What were some of the stories you might have from that?
Correct. So we've gotten some great feedback already. People talking about them being able to turn down their hearing aids, and being able to sleep again. So there's definitely it's awesome to hear that type of feedback and that we can affect people's lives that way. During the trial, though, we weren't involved because we wanted to really have it be third party, and so that that we can have effective results, and also when we do publish our study coming here in the next few months, that it will be seen as a third party doing all the testing, double blind, so that not even the doctors who were administering it knew which participants were getting the therapy and which ones weren't.
So you've told us a little bit about some of the stories of the people that took part in the Stanford trial. Can you tell us a little bit about your story and what prompted audio cardio as an idea?
Yeah, so I have been working in startups for over 15 years, and constantly looking at new emerging technologies, and got connected to my partner Sam, who is the inventor of this technology a while ago. And the first time I saw what he was up to, I really didn't understand it very well. It was very scientific, And a few months later, my grandfather was diagnosed with dementia, and so I started doing my own research to understand the disease more, and what causes it, if there's any way to, what research is being done out there. And one of the major things that I found was that cognitive decline in dementia is heavily correlated to hearing loss. And so I remembered seeing this scientific paper, went back to it, dug far deeper, and really tried to understand it, and reached back out to the inventor and said, hey, is this actually trying to do what I think it does? And he said, absolutely. And I said, we just need to say that next time. And so so him and I got together, and as I was asking him a lot of questions and doing my own due diligence on this technology and testing it myself, that's when we decided to truly be partners and build a platform to deliver this technology, and that's how Audio Cardio came about.
So coming from the technologic startup end, there's a lot of language that can get tossed around that maybe a lot of the people who would be consumers might not fully understand. So can you tell me a little bit about what does audio cardio mean for creative people like myself, musicians, audio engineers, DJs, people who their entire life is spent around a lot of sound, and in some cases their entire livelihood depends on their ability to be those trusted ears in the room to deliver a product?
Right, so basically the goal for audio cardio is to heighten your sensitivity in multiple frequencies and the frequencies that we target. So as a musician or as an audio engineer whose livelihood depends on being able to hear frequencies, being able to mix sounds together, understand what's competing, what frequencies are competing against each other, is how you build your credibility, your name, your brand, etc.
So there's a really neat feature that I like about audio cardio inside the app called Active EQ. And I think that this would be really beneficial to not just musicians, but also just the person who appreciates music and wants to listen to it at the highest fidelity or quality that they could possibly have. Does it really make my music sound better? Like, what's all that about?
Yeah, so audio cardio, it is a hearing assessment and therapy. However, it's a therapy that you do for an hour a day. So we built a music player that allows you to listen to your favorite music while you get your therapy. So one of the byproducts of that hearing assessment is our ability to understand what frequencies are damaged and the most impaired. So by understanding that, we have created a personalized setting called Active EQ within the application that basically boosts the impaired frequencies to the optimal level for that particular individual.
Understood. Now you said boosted frequencies. Is it possible that boosting those frequencies that already have damage in, whether that's my mind and my brain or my ears themselves, those ear cells, am I going to be hurt by using the Active EQ?
You will not actually be hurt, because we do limit the capacity, the volume and the capacity of our application to 84 decibels, which is the level that is accepted by the World Health Organization as being safe for listening.
Understood. Now, let's say someone like myself who's really passionate about my ability to hear things. Can I just plug this in and listen to it all day, 10 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours?
Technically yes, but we don't recommend that. With anything, too much of anything is probably not a good thing. Just like if you work out too much or you run too much, you will get sore and have other issues. So, sticking to an hour a day is what we have tested and what has been proven to.
So consistency over quantity is what is really going to work.
If you could do it every day for an hour a day, that would be the best.
So I want to thank you again for taking this time to talk with us a little bit about what kind of technology is out there for not just the people who have hearing loss or medical conditions, but also for the music industry at large, for people who really rely on their ability to hear. Can you tell us a little bit about what the future of audio cardio looks like, whether that's over this coming year, the next 5 years, 10 years? Where are we going to find it, and what kind of partnerships or other implementations are you looking at?
Yeah, so audio cardio is one vehicle that we can deliver this technology in. So our goal would be to be in as many places as possible, whether that's working with hardware manufacturers like headphone companies or other software companies like, for instance, a SoundCloud or a Spotify, to be able to deliver this technology with their platform to their users. As the application continues to evolve and we try to create a better experience, we'll be coming out with Android, web, and some other options as well.
Great. Well, Chris, thank you so much for talking about all this. This is really exciting to me personally, and I think a lot of other people watching this are going to feel the same way. Where can people connect with you and Audio Cardio, and how can they find the application or learn more?
So right now, Audio Cardio is available in the App Store on iOS, and they can connect with us at our website, www.audiocardio.com, and my email.
All right. Well, that sounds good. That's going to do it for us, guys. For those of you at home, do more than press play. Adios.